Good evening, good morning, wherever you guys may be. It's been a while since I did one of these previews of either a foreclosure or a Connecticut redeemable tax deed. And usually, last few ones I did were lower end type properties, trailer homes, single wides, modular homes, that sort of thing. It's find a nicer property here that is going to be, sold for a redeemable tax deed on May 9th of this year. So let me give you a quick background on this property. It's really a beautiful, beautiful property. It is a house that was originally built in 1821, so over 200 years ago. And you got to think that hi, green thing. Hi. So we're doing this 1821 property. If you look at the thumbnail, you see the main house was the original property. And then somewhere after that fact, they built a bigger structure behind it, and they connected it with like a walkway. And the reason they did that, not only for getting around in the cold, is for insurance purposes, because if the two structures connect one structure, easier to insure. Anyway, long story short, on this property, built in 1821, it's a total of 3,460 square feet. Just under 4 acres, 3.99 acres, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. There's a 2-car garage, and I think on the back part of the property, the long structure, there's a 2-car garage, and there's presumably some type of space for whatever. I mean, you could have a home business, you could grow things in there. You know what I'm saying? The property sold under a warranty deed back in January of 2021 for $600,005. Okay, so it was looks like a couple of young people. They now in their the woman here is 43. The man, they have different last names, so I don't know what the deal is there. Either they're married with they retain the original name, or they're just a couple living together. The woman is 43. The guy is 44. It looks like they paid cash for this property back in 2021. They had substantial assets, and they paid cash of $605,000 for this property. The estimates, just running a quick search on Zillow and Redfin and some of these others, it's estimated now worth between $750,000 and $800,000, this property. Now, what this is, it looks like the taxes run about $15,000 a year. Okay, so you're looking at about $1,100, $1,200, probably around $1,250, something like that per month. Just you got to pay in taxes. The taxes were last paid in January of 2023. So since July 23, looks like the taxes are not paid, and the tax lien is $35,632.92. Okay, so that's what the opening bid will be, something along those lines. Might be 40. Might be 40,000 if you include the January 2025 taxes that weren't paid. I'm not sure on that. It's either going to be about 36,000 or maybe over 40 for the opening bid. But this is a great property, guys. Beautiful landscaping here. I'll show you. I'm just looking at the front of the property. It's one of these. It's one of these properties that are what's the description? Like a salt box type property, but it's not quite a salt box. A salt box has one-sided roof, and then the other roof is longer. This has a standard roof, has a center chimney, which these old houses have, because there were fireplaces all around the center chimney back then to heat all the rooms in the house. And so, 4 bedrooms. It says 2.5 baths on some. I got one thing here that I printed. Zillow says 3 baths. So really a beautiful, beautiful property. It would behoove these people to pay this tax bill, because somebody's going to come along here on May 9th if they don't pay it, and this thing will get bid up to $500,000 easily. So somebody's going to come along, bid 500 grand, and then the redeemable tax deed means that they have to pay not only $35,000 or $36,000 of tax. They have to pay the entire amount that the bidder paid plus interest, something like 1% per month interest, up to 6 months. And if they don't pay within 6 months, the deed rolls over and is recorded in the new buyer's name. So somebody may buy themselves a beautiful property here. I don't know what happened with these people. I found I Googled the names of the people. The woman left the review for one of the realtors that sold this house, and she mentioned that she moved from California to here, to Connecticut, and that the realtor helped her quite a bit. So, presumably you have two people of means that had enough money moving from California to buy it and pay cash for this property. Look at the property. Enough of my jawboning here. Okay, so you see, there it is there, the house. That's the main house. And, you can't really see behind it. You got to look at the thumbnail. There's a big, long structure behind it. 4 acres, guys. Excellent, great landscaping here. You really don't need to do anything with this property. It is move-in condition, I would assume. So I believe that these people will get around, probably will pay it off within the 6-month redemption period. There's no way I let this kind of property go, for a $35,000 tax bill. There's no way. So anyway, that's my little preview here of this property. Let me see if there's any notes here. Just a few people in here. So, I appreciate everybody in. Green Thing. Hello, how are you? GK Mikey, how you doing, my friend? Deep Dark Boy, it's so sad that Steve Jobs died of okay. I thought he died a while ago, though, bro. Thanks, Mikey. Thanks for subbing up. Queen Elizabeth, super sad. Yes. Yeah. I think we have some trolls here, Green Thing. That's okay. That's okay. Trolls are welcome, as long as you keep it cool, no language bullshit. I'm good with that. So anyway, that's this property here in Coventry, Connecticut. Coventry's an old town. This road here, called South Road, is a lot of old houses going back to even pre-revolutionary time. Just down the road back that way is the birthplace of Nathan Hale, American hero. That property, the Hale property, was built by Hale's father or grandfather, I'm not sure, back in the early 1700s. Probably the grandfather built that property. And so it's right here, the properties are spread out. There's multiple acres on all these home sites. All of them seem to be well kept, off the road. It's really a nice property. They put a nice little walkway here too. People can walk, and do a little walk without having to walk in the street. It is a beautiful area, Green Thing. The lake in Coventry. It's a nice town. It is about here. Hopefully you got the volume off. No, I didn't. So hopefully